My fellow baguette enthusiast. Today's video is like a baguette surprise, crisp on the inside. And full of cultural joie de vivre. So, grab your croissantionary because we're about to sprinkle some baguette of wisdom, and trust me, it's going to be très amusing.
Greetings, you curious bunch. Today, we're on a quest to unearth the quirks and wonders of France that might have slipped past you, even if you're a seasoned baguette connoisseur or a French girl, man, or kid. Buckle up, because we're about to dive into the unexpected, the bizarre, and the utterly mind-blowing. Baguette O'CLOCK.
Aïe aïe aïe, très bien, magnifique.
Ah, the sacred baguette, a French icon worthy of protection. Imagine bakers donning capes and fighting baguette bandits. In France, there's a law forbidding baguette creation before 4 a.m. or after 10 p.m. It's like a Dowie superhero curfew, ensuring fresh baguettes grace our tables at reasonable hours. Because no one wants a crime-fighting baguette after midnight. The law aims to ensure that fresh, warm baguettes are available during reasonable hours. It's a delicious example of how French regulations align with cultural priorities. A pig named Napoleon? Is this script for real, my guy? In France, even pigs can't escape the weight of history. There's an actual law forbidding the name Napoleon for our porcine friends. Picture a pig named Napoleon causing a ruckus in the French countryside. It's like history going hog wild. This seemingly peculiar law dates back to a time when France sought to avoid any ridicule or disrespect towards its historical figures. Extraterrestrial travel restrictions.
Aïe aïe aïe, très bien, magnifique.
Legend has it that this law dates back to the 1950s when a series of UFO sightings raised eyebrows and wine glasses alike. In a bold move, the villagers declared their airspace a UFO-free zone, as if they were saying, "Our vineyards are for grapes, not little green men." Now, picture an alien spacecraft approaching, scanning for a cozy landing spot in the French Alps. Suddenly, a cosmic traffic cop appears, shaking their head and pointing to the intergalactic detour sign. "Sorry, ET, find another landing strip." It's like the French Alps have their own celestial bouncer, ensuring the skies remain as clear as a moonlit night in Provence. The Eiffel Tower's secret apartment.
Aïe aïe aïe, très bien, magnifique.
Did you know the Eiffel Tower has a VIP guest room? Gustave's apartment was the epitome of sophistication, the kind of place where you'd half expect monocles and top hats to be hanging by the door. And no, it wasn't just a cozy nook, it was a proper apartment with all the trimmings. Rumor has it there was even a grand piano for those moments when Gustave wanted to compose a symphony to accompany the twinkling lights of Paris. Now, here's the kicker, it's off limits to the public. No matter how many croissants you've had or how passionately you quote French poetry, the Eiffel Tower's penthouse remains exclusive. It's like the ultimate top-of-the-world penthouse, where the only key is held in the ghostly hands of Gustave himself. While you might not be able to book a night in this historic Airbnb, knowing it's there adds a layer of mystery to the iconic structure. So, next time you're gazing up at the Eiffel Tower, just remember, above those twinkling lights, there's a secret apartment, a silent witness to the City of Light's timeless tales. The Paris letdown syndrome.
Aïe aïe aïe, très bien, magnifique.
Paris, the city of love, has a dark secret, the Paris syndrome. Some tourists are so shell-shocked by the real deal not matching their romantic fantasies that they end up with emotional jet lag. It's like falling for a dream, only to wake up to a baguette and a reality check. Picture this, a tourist arrives in Paris, eyes sparkling with anticipation, ready to live out their cinematic love story along the Seine. Yet, the reality doesn't always align with the real. Perhaps the city is a bit too bustling, the weather is too unpredictable, or the language barrier is more formidable than expected. And there it is, emotional jet lag sets in. Symptoms include disillusionment, anxiety, and an overwhelming desire for a redo, preferably with a more romantic soundtrack. It's like falling for a dream, only to wake up to a baguette and a reality check. The Paris syndrome isn't just a psychological hiccup, it's a reminder that even the most enchanting cities have their complexities. Paris might be a canvas of love stories, but not every visitor gets to paint their masterpiece. Cemetery for famous pets.
Aïe aïe aïe, très bien, magnifique.
Paris boasts the world's first pet cemetery where furry legends rest in peace. Dogs, cats, and even a lion have found their final home. It's a pet heaven where tales of tales wag on and legends persist beyond the grave. The hot air balloon.
Aïe aïe aïe, très bien, magnifique.
Soaring into history. In the late 18th century, the Montgolfier brothers inflated the world's first hot air balloon. This wasn't just a flight, it was humanity's collective whoa moment. Picture 1783, crowds gasping, and some guy yelling, "Humans don't fly," they say. Well, think again. This breathtaking leap into the clouds marked the beginning of a new era, where the boundless expanse above was no longer an unreachable dream. The Montgolfier brothers, with their simple yet revolutionary creation, invited humanity to dance with the clouds and forever change the way we view the sky, a chapter in history where the audacious spirit of adventure ignited in the flames of a hot air balloon. The bikini of the atomic fashion.
Aïe aïe aïe, très bien, magnifique.
Just days after the United States tested its first atomic bomb on Bikini Atoll in the Pacific, Reard unveiled his daring creation, the bikini. It was a bold move, akin to saying, boom. Here's a two-piece swimsuit, and we're making waves, both in fashion and in the ocean. But why the name Bikini? Reard chose it with a touch of cheeky flair, inspired by the explosive energy of the atomic tests. He predicted that his creation would have a similarly powerful impact on the world of fashion, and boy, was he right. The bikini was a radical departure from the modest swimwear of the time. It embraced a more liberated and revealing style, challenging societal norms and redefining the notion of beachwear. The timing, though inadvertently tied to nuclear testing, added an extra layer of intrigue to this fashion revolution. Imagine the reaction, gasps, whispers, and probably a few raised eyebrows as the bikini strutted onto the fashion scene. It wasn't just a garment, it was a cultural phenomenon that echoed the spirit of post-war liberation. So, the next time you slip into a bikini or catch a glimpse of one sunbathing on the beach, remember the explosive history it carries, a garment that emerged from the atomic echoes of Bikini Atoll and, in its own way, created a fashion explosion that continues to make waves across the sands of time. This is the part that I say to you to subscribe for my channel.
Magnifique.
As we wrap up our adventure through the quirky corners of France, think of it like munching on a baguette, crusty, surprising, and best enjoyed with a side of laughter. So here's to more escapades, more chuckles, and may your curiosity always be the perfect seasoning to life's delectable experiences. Bon appetit, curious minds.